Hola to all of my friends and to all of my enemies. In this video, we are going to be talking about when love hurts, when love really sucks, okay? But first, I have a story for you. Once upon a time, there was a teenage girl, and this teenage girl was really excited about this boy that she knew. She just started dating him, but the only little catch was that the love she was experiencing with this boy was not like the movies. It didn't make her fly in the sky. It didn't make her feel like she was bathing in a bath of rose petals. The world wasn't revolving around her, and there weren't birds landing on her shoulder, chirping in her ear about how excited they were about her love. And this really worried the girl, so the girl decided to go to a wizard to have this solved. She goes to the wizard and she says, "Wizard, I want to pay you $1 million," because this girl was filthy rich. Sometimes she drove through the poor part of town and took $100 stacks of bills and just threw it out as fast as she could out the window as her Friday night hobby. Like, that's how rich she was. So anyway, she took $1 million, slapped it right down in front of the wizard, and she says, "Wizard, I want to pay you to have this one little potion or whatever you need to do, this little spell, I don't want anything too demonic or anything, but I want something so that I can feel love. I want to feel love physically to the point where it's like physical ecstasy, like they feel in the romance movies." The wizard said, "Okay," waving his magical wand, but he says, "In order to do that, you do know that the other side of this is that you will feel physical ecstasy whenever you do feel the emotions of love, yet you will also, if I hit you with this wand, whenever you feel unloved, you will feel physical pain. Are you willing to do that?" And the girl said, "Of course," because in the girl's mind, everything would be lovey-dovey for the rest of her life. And this boy would work out. Nothing wrong would happen with this boy. So the girl said, "Of course." And so he said, "All right, physical ecstasy when loved, physical pain when unloved. Bada bing, bada boom, bam." And he hit her over the head with a wand, like this. Now, after the girl recovered from that 3 seconds of noggin pain, she got up, dashed home, and was really excited to see the boy that she was in a relationship with. Yet she found the boy spending his time picking away at her sidewalk as if it was his favorite hobby when she returned home. And the boy stood when he saw the girl and he said, "I'm ending things, and you're the thing." And then the boy walked away. The girl was shocked, and all of a sudden, massive amounts of waves of pain rammed into her body, within her skin, within her muscles, within her bones, within her veins. It felt as if the strongest hurricane of an ocean rammed right through her soul and whipped it into pieces. And then on top of that, suddenly the Eiffel Tower dropped right onto her head. And then after the Eiffel Tower dropped onto her head, suddenly a great hole all the way down to China was funneled through the earth. It felt as if she was funneling all the way through this hole, through the center of the earth, falling through the lava, the magma, and it felt as if it was melting her skin, and she popped out on the other side of the earth right into China. It was literally in the wall of China that she popped out in, and suddenly everything in the wall of China, all the bricks, it felt as if they were closing in around her and making her skin and her whole body as claustrophobic as humanly possible. The girl was still on her front yard. In fact, she was still on her sidewalk, but this is literally what her body physically felt like. No exaggeration. That's what it felt like. And the girl, shocked by all this heartbreak within her and all this pain, she literally crawls back to the wizard and feeling as if a bunch of arrows are being shot into her skin at every single point where they could be shooting into her skin. She crawls back through town to the wizard and she says, "Wizard, please change this. I don't want to experience this anymore." The wizard just looks down at her with his wand and he says, "Man, that is the risk of love. With love, you may be rewarded with much pleasure, but you also open yourself to much pain." And the girl collapsed on his ground, wishing that the wizard had never amplified her emotions physically. Now, the story kind of sucks, just like when love hurts. In this episode of Love Stories with Grady, we're going to be talking all about love hurting. If you're hurting right now, I'm here to speak to you, Grady style. Hola, I'm Grady and I'm a 22-year-old man here to chat about your relational game plan. When we hear broken hearts, breaking hearts, it's not necessarily about cardiac arrest. What that means is you've been hurt or damaged by someone you love. Here's what Evelyn Millis Duvall in the book Facts of Life and Love for Teenagers said about love hurting. Falling in love may seem awfully simple, but getting over a broken love affair can be simply awful. Loving and being loved frequently hurts. As soon as you become involved with another person, you open yourself up to the pain that love can bring. Honestly, through the years, I became very selective with who I even got attached to and who I let into my heart and who I opened up pieces of myself to, because I really realized the more you get attached to someone, whether it's in a dating relationship or even a friendship, if that dating relationship or if that friendship crumbles apart, then the more it's going to hurt. And I kind of got to the point where I'm like, I only want to open myself up to a girl if she's worth getting hurt over. If when I get hurt, I have no regrets about growing attached to that girl, because she's worth the risk. She's worth the risk of getting hurt. Because love is worth pursuing, especially love with the right person. But if you're pursuing after the wrong person, and if you're starting to love and get attached to someone who isn't even worth the pain that might be caused through the relationship, then why are you even pursuing that person? Why risk getting hurt by a girl who isn't even worth the pain? Or if we switch genders here, why risk getting hurt by a boy if he isn't worth the pain? If he isn't a good person to love? If he isn't worth the potential risk of getting hurt? Here's a few reasons, according to the book written by Evelyn Millis Duvall in 1957, that you might be experiencing some pain and some hurt. Maybe someone stole your sweetheart and you're angry. You're kind of frustrated because you're no longer certain about the person that you were with. You're frustrated that someone else has taken your place in the life of the person that you supposedly love, or that you love. You're frustrated at not being able to hold your own, as the book talks about. You're frustrated that you won't be able to win back your partner. And Evelyn Millis Duvall in the book, she says, hold up, wait a minute, put a little love in it. This is not good. We gotta stop this. Put the brakes on, cut the crap, and stop for a second. Hold up alert, that's what I call it. She put on the hold up alert. And she said, the person that you're with, that person is not an inanimate object. That person has wishes and feelings and inclinations. Someone who is completely satisfied in your relationship likely won't get up and leave. And so there's likely something that you, the person who lost out on this person, may have needed to improve on. And it might be too late. Instead of feeling this overall anger at this other person for what they chose to do and how they chose to leave, part of you, at least part of you, should ask yourself, was there anything that I could have done to improve? Maybe that answer is no, but maybe there's like 5 million things you could have done. And at this point, you can realize, well, maybe that's exactly why they left. And you can take the knowledge that you gained from this relationship, use it for future relationships, or use it if this person that you're with isn't actually going to end up in a relationship with someone else, you can use it in that relationship too. But you also have to ask yourself in this situation, was that person really worth your time and affection if they were so willingly able to walk away from the relationship? The answer may in fact be no. Another reason why you might be really hurt is because of jealousy and possessiveness. A lot of people's tendency is to demand the love that they fear they have not won. But just like Evelyn Millis Duvall was saying before, a person doesn't belong to you. Don't lock someone up, whether it's in your mind or in life. Don't lock someone up in this little box of possessiveness because you're worried that eventually they might run out on you, or they might cheat on you, or they might hurt you. Don't say, I don't trust you at all. I don't have any faith in you at all. You're only allowed to live in the closet and come out for 2 hours per day, and those 2 hours per day, you must spend those with me and only me, and I will not allow you to do anything else because I cannot risk you hurting me in any way. Listen, people in relationships, when they're committed to each other, they should have boundaries with other people outside of their relationship in order to keep their relationship intact. So that is good, but being extremely overpossessive and untrusting and having no faith in the other person is not good. The other person is not your slave. Finally, the last thing discussed in Evelyn Millis Duvall's book is unrequited love. You might be really hurt because the person that you really adored, that you really loved, is not interested in you the way that you're interested in them. And it hurts and it stabs you in the back and it just sucks. And I'm giving you permission right now. Cry it out, be sad, go grieve, spend like a week just feeling bad for yourself. But after that weekend, get up, understand that there's literally nothing you can do, because you shouldn't change who you are for the sake of someone else unless you have really, really bad qualities that should change regardless. But we've talked about that before in earlier videos, such as booger nose and mole girl, or whatever I called them in a video that I don't remember which one that was. Also, if you're on the receiving end of unrequited love, where someone's interested in you and you're not really interested in them, do what you need to do in order to help them move on. I'm not sure what that looks like, but keeping some distance between them to give them time to heal, recover, think things through on their end is probably perfect. There's only so much you can do in order to help someone move on from you. And so just be yourself, care about that person as a human being, but make sure a boundary is set in place with that person. If you're in the spot where you're trying to move on from someone, well, we will discuss that in a future video. We're going to be talking about that soon, so stay tuned. All right, amigos and amigas, we are wrapping this up. This has been a fantastic time chatting with you here while you watch your computer screen or your phone or your television. If you're that awesome and you watch YouTube on TV, incredible. I challenge you, if you're watching on your TV, subscribe, comment, and like this all with your remote. I dare you to do that. And then to torture all those TV people, for all the people watching on their computers or their phones, I dare you to show them how easy it is to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and comment below about a time you have been heartbroken. Let me know how you have been able to get over hurt and pain in your love lives. All right, that's all I got for you. This has been Grady Wiseoric. I hope you have a fantastic day. Ba-da-ba-bam, ba-da-bam.